Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Dana.
I'm Shane.
And this is our bed conversation. If you guys enjoyed this bed conversation, please make sure you give us a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell next to the subscribe button. The subscribe button is on this side, so you are notified every time we make an upload. Today's topic is 3 months to marriage. We feel that no matter what the timeline is, if two people are in a relationship and it is healthy and they are putting their best foot forward, that is commendable. Most people like to put a timeline on when people should start dating and when they should start exclusively dating. And me and Shane's relationship dynamic is a little different because when we first started dating, we were in high school and we didn't start exclusively dating until we became adults. I think people should definitely date at their own pace. Even after a breakup, no one should tell you when you should have a timeline to start dating. You never know what you could be missing out on if you decide to take a long time to wait to start back dating. I know a lot of times people say like, oh, you need to take time for yourself before you get back out there and start dating. You never want to jump into another relationship because that person could end up being a rebound, and you may still have feelings for your ex or whatever the case may be. I feel that if you are ready, and no matter when you and that person broke up or however you are going through your breakup, no one should tell you when you should start dating. Take me for example. Before me and Shane got back together, I was in a relationship and we ended up officially breaking up. He dumped me in February of 2023 for his ex. And we officially stopped talking in February of 2023. Me and Shane, we ended up starting talking. We were dating, not exclusively dating, but we were going out and hanging out with each other, and that started March of 2023. And yes, I was brokenhearted after that situation because I had been talking to that person for 10 months and he basically played with my emotions. So a lot of people would have told me like, Dana, take some time for yourself, you just got out of this toxic relationship, how do you even know that you can trust? Because I knew what I wanted in a relationship. I did not let that one specific situation stop me from wanting love. When me and Shane both got together and we started exclusively dating in June of 2023, we both knew what we wanted out of that relationship. We both were wanting to be with someone that was faithful because both of us had been in relationships where the person was, not being faithful to us. And, we wanted a relationship where it was not going to be toxic. So we knew what we wanted and what we needed out of the relationship. Tying into, if I would have taken time for myself, I would not have had what I have today because I would have ignored his text message. I never would have reconnected with him. I probably would have took maybe a whole year before I even got back out there and started dating, just because I really had that thing of, can I even trust somebody new? But I allowed him to help me heal. And in society today, a lot of people tell you to heal on your own, but sometimes it's okay to heal together. You see what I'm saying? Our biggest things was, like I said, being with someone that was not faithful to us. So us both went through our healing process together. He was able to help me heal for that trust and knowing that when he's not around me, that he's not talking to someone else and being in someone else's face, and me, when he's not around me, he could 100% trust me. I feel that it's not always just, okay, take time for yourself, do what you need to do. Sometimes it's okay to heal with another person. How do you feel about that, healing with someone instead of taking like a long time to be by yourself before you get back into dating? How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's kind of hard when you by yourself because you think about you by yourself. But when you got somebody and y'all can talk about it and, explain y'all feelings to each other. Mm-hmm. To me, I like it when you be with another person than being by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Don't get us wrong now. We do feel like it's okay to take time for yourself if you need that time. But if you feel like you can detach your feelings from whatever it was that you went through, and you can successfully be in a relationship with someone and don't put those feelings from the last relationship in with the new relationship, then by all means, that's a good way to go ahead and heal together. So right after me and him got into the relationship and everything, like I was saying, our timeline kind of moved really fast because we knew we wanted to have children. So, I was ready to have another child. He was ready to have his first child. So this is what I mean by we wanted the same things. So even though it may have seemed like we were moving fast in our relationship, we still wanted the same things. Maybe like a month after we made it official, that's when we started trying to have a child. And it did not happen for us right away. So if you are new, we did have to go through like a TTC, and TTC is just trying to conceive. We were trying to conceive for like 3 months before we actually got pregnant with our first daughter. Some things doesn't always come in a specific timeline or order. Like, of course, we would have loved to have gotten married first, then had the baby and all of that stuff. But it's like we kind of was on a one track mind of knowing what we wanted. So we knew we both wanted to have a baby before I turned 30, and he wanted to have his child at his 30th, when he turned 30. So because he's older than me, I was ready to go ahead and get that last baby out. But we ended up with 2 beautiful daughters too. So yeah. And one of those daughters was conceived after I had my tube taken out. So I will also leave that video on one of the corners so you guys can go through that video. But yeah, so because we wanted the baby first, that's what we did. We got the baby first, and then he proposed to me. How did you feel about the whole proposal thing after us having the baby?
I always told myself, whoever blessed me with a child, I will bless them with a ring. And not just saying anybody that got a ring, but you showed me a lot, you taught me a lot, you built me up a lot. So
you just feel like it was the right time? I just feel like it was
the right time, man.
So yeah, we both knew what we wanted. Became boyfriend and girlfriend in June of 2023. I got pregnant in September of 2023, and then we moved into our apartment in November of 2023. You see what I mean? Like, some people would say like, oh my goodness, that's so fast. You know, did you guys even take time to get to know each other for real? And the thing is, we got to know each other while we were living together. And I know y'all probably like, wait, what? Hold on, pause. Okay, let me rewind. So yes, we did know each other, and we did date when we were in high school. But as adults, we didn't really know each other as adults. When you become an adult, you start to have different habits and do different things as an adult. So as we moved in with each other, we started learning more about each other as we were in that relationship and living together in the same household, if that makes sense. Living with each other before being engaged. If a couple is exclusively dating, say you guys are exclusively dating, but you guys are not engaged yet. Moving in with each other before you are engaged, but you guys are exclusively dating. Me and Shane, like I said, I had already gotten pregnant and everything. But if you are not pregnant and you are just exclusively dating at that point, sometimes people say that if you move in with your partner, that you would basically mess the relationship up because you're moving in too fast. I feel like that helped our relationship, and it helped us grow stronger in our relationship living with each other. Imagine waiting a year or two before you move in with your partner, and then you guys start to realize that you aren't compatible. Then what? Now you just wasted a whole year to 2 years exclusively dating just to realize that y'all are not compatible. Like, you might move in with the person and you realize that they are messy, and you realize like, okay, that's just something I can't deal with. I can't deal with a messy person. So I feel like if you can be in a relationship and move in with that person within the first 3 months, I guarantee you within those first 30 days, you are going to see their habits. You're going to see their habits. If they're clean, if they know how to cook, if they just know how to coexist with you, you will start to see that. Now, in the beginning of us living together, we did not coexist well because We did not coexist very well because we were still getting to know each other when it comes to our habits. And just like we touched in our love language episode, for those of you who are new to our channel, we do have an episode on the 5 love languages and why they are important in a relationship. And part of those 5 love languages, we ended up almost ruining our relationship because of that. And that's tying back into this because we ended up realizing that some of our different habits and different love languages, it really helped us form a stronger bond after we moved in with each other. Now, disclaimer, we are not telling anyone to just
do it,
to just move in with the first person you start liking or dating. We're not saying that. We're saying, like, if you guys have been exclusively dating, you are in that 3-month timeline, we're saying that as long as you guys are comfortable moving in with each other and you feel like it's okay to move in with each other, then start small. Maybe spend a night with this person at this house, or spend a night with this person at this house, and see how that works for you guys. And then if you are certain that you guys are ready to just get one place together, go ahead. But we are not by any means telling someone who has just started dating someone to just jump into a place and just move in with each other. We're not saying that. At the end of the day, if you guys are in a relationship and you have been together for 3 months to a year and you guys have already gotten engaged, first off, congratulations. Second, no one, like I said, keep going with your own timeline, okay? Even if you know someone who has been waiting for a long time, don't let them make you feel like you're moving too fast, okay? Just keep going with your own timeline. Everybody's different. Everyone's relationship is different. Comment down below what you guys want the next topic to be. We may or may not come up with our own topic for next week, but if you would like to drop a topic, please do it in the comments. Love is beautiful. Black love matters. And we will see you guys in our next episode of Bed Conversation. Bye, guys.
See you guys.